I shouldn't laugh at this, man. Oh, man. I'm sorry. All right, guys. What's up, y'all? I'm trying to be cool, y'all. I'm trying to be respectful. I'm being respectful. How y'all doing? Welcome back, Jack. How you been? It's Yin. Welcome to ZolYin, where we talk about books, brains, and blockchains, okay? Sometimes we talk about themes that we've been covering before, sometimes some news stories, kind of continue. I feel like right now I'm beating up on these guys. That's what I feel like right now. But I can't help it, man. I'm telling the truth. I'm telling y'all the truth. I'm equipping you with information so you can decide what you want to do. Because I was personally invested in this. I cared about this company. I cared about, its success. Its success was something that I was interested in seeing. I would have liked to see the token do great things. I would like to have seen the future, being a very prosperous one, right? I'm never gonna say I look for failure. I don't. That's just who I am, right? I care about everyone making it. We all gonna make it. That's me. I want to be that person. Okay, that's who I am on the inside. All right. But the reality is, sometimes you see some bad things, man, and it's you just gotta call it out when you see it like that. Anyways, today's topic is gonna be on this thing happening. Tomorrow we'll cover some more details. I do want to talk about it in a little bit more. A little more detail about the inner workings, all the stuff going on. There's a lot going on. This is like one tiny facet of a whole actual bigger problem, right? It's a lot happening. Now I'm gonna preface this. This company is just unlucky in a way, because this actually is not technically their fault. This is not technically their fault. I won't put them I have the integrity to say that they are not at fault for this thing. This is an individual thing, but I do have a caveat to that in the end. We'll get to that. Okay, so that's a little preview of what you're gonna get today, and then a little bit more for tomorrow, because I do want to talk about that. Oh man. Oh, Lord have mercy. There's so much in here. I don't know if I can fit it in 10 minutes. I'm going to try. Okay, I'm going to try. And I'm going to try, because I've been studying this for too long, to be honest. I was reading all weekend. I was supposed to have my 4-day off, man. I'm supposed to have maybe not 4-day off, but I'm supposed to have a Thanksgiving holiday. But I was working. I was doing this. I may be a workaholic, y'all. You probably already know that. Anyways, so let's give you a background, okay? Cell is a token that is part of an ecosystem, part of an app that was supposed to be about unbanking yourself, right? Getting off the bank plantation. And I'm very grateful, I'll be honest, I'll keep it 100. I was very grateful to them because I was getting way more than I was ever getting from my bank, right? And when you get off the bank plantation, you are grateful because the tiny pieces of percentages you get before, they are nothing compared to what they're giving you. And that's, to be honest, I guess on your side, it's over here. And to be honest, that's just a little bit of what is possible out there, what's possible out there in the ecosystem. Now, again, buyer beware, do your own research, not financial advice, figure it out. Google's your friend. Lots of people are out there who want to help you make it as well. Be an educated investor before you do anything, okay? So I just wanted to put that out there. But like I was saying before, I was always grateful to them when I was starting out, trying to figure things out, what's possible, blah 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 blah, all that stuff, right? Again, that's fine. If you are in this, I'm not gonna tell you to get out of the application. I'm not gonna tell you anything like that, okay? I'm not that kind of person, right? Not financial advice, right? So I just wanted to put that out there. I'm just a regular guy, just like you, okay? Just a regular schmegler. But I will say, maybe you want to sell that token. That's just my personal thing. Read down here, okay? I'm not telling you to sell. Maybe just do your own research and maybe look at this information and maybe put 2 and 2 together for yourself, okay? Figure it out for yourself. I think you're a smart enough person to figure this out. So here's the breaking news. Here's what happened, okay? this is where it all started. The CFO, the current CFO of Celsius Network, right, got arrested in another country. Now, why was he arrested in another country? We'll get into that in a minute. But here's the gist of it, right? This came all from somebody being in the AMA, asking a question, and then recording it without their knowledge. I'll say that. That's a little sketchy. This person, Nate Anderson, he was letting them know, hey, why, really simple question, guys. Was your CFO arrested? They were not claiming, what do you call it? They were in that legal schmiegel mode where they were like, we can't claim or deny, that this happened, right? So he was taking it to the public now. He went out of the AMA with that information, and he went public with them, and he had there was a recording in that Twitter thread. There will be a link in the description for the article, by the way. Shout out to John Southhurst at Coingeek for that one. Thank you. So that all happened, and it was a storm. People who have been following Celsius and all these other companies like Tether, and having a long list of all this, how the inner workings of it are, and all that research. All these people who have an axe to grind. I'll be honest with you. A lot of people have an axe to grind with these companies. They came out with their receipts again, right? So you have to remember, on the internet, when it comes to people making claims, once you put a thing out there that's FUD or any kind of negative thing, you can get both sides. One, you can get people attacking you who are, full of hopium. They're the stands, they're the fans, zealots of whatever company. And then you have the other side of people who will provide you information with like a long continuity, like a whole history of all the stuff that has ever happened. That's bad, right? And they have an agenda too. A lot of it also, you have to do your research. In fact, all of it. Everything that you get from this crowd, do your research. You already know this crowd's going to be biased. I mean, that's just pretty obvious in my opinion. But the people on this side, you really, really, really have to be careful, because with an example today, we'll see, they're going to give you information that's not true, right? That's misleading at best, and at worst is blatant fabrication, right? So you have to be on it. You can't just take people on their word. Do your own research. It's a very dangerous world out there when it comes to information. I think we're in an information warfare age, in my personal opinion. We really are. Social media is used like a battlefield now, where people are just giving you stuff that may not be true. You have to do more background, and it's a lot. I mean, that's why I haven't posted anything. You know what I mean? Like, I was just reading all freaking weekend. I'm tired. It's really crazy. So here we go. This is the first bit of FUD you're gonna get. An example. Okay. Again, as much as I'm against, what Celsius has done with their token and everything, and what their overall plan is and how the direction they're going, I have enough integrity to know not to say things like this, right? This is a claim, right? This is in the article as well. The guy linked the article, the tweet in the article. This is a claim that said, El Salvador is basically El Salvador made this announcement, right? Regarding the volcano bonds and everything, because Celsius is about to explode, right? Implode, whatever you want to call it. Like, they're about to crash. With the CFO being arrested, it's good. The CFO's arrest is basically going to result in a default, or it's kind of. This is a person who's saying the CFO's arrest is going to result in a default, or even worse. The way it's written, it may kind of be skewed to. Might even be able to say that the default is the reason for it's just so bad. Like, you guys have to be careful. Reading this guy's thing, all of his tweets are very skewed in a way that just kind of, the truth is not real. Like, I was doing background check on everything he was talking about, and like 50% of the stuff he was saying was just not even true, not even close to true. So you have to be careful. I was constantly looking, trying to find information talking about the connection between El Salvador, the bonds, Celsius, all this stuff. Now, the Tether thing, like I mentioned before, is, which we'll talk about tomorrow in more detail, the Tether thing, where Tether has loaned, it turned out, Tether was loaning some money to Celsius, right, to create this system that Celsius was working on, where they give you a loan. They take your money and they go out and give a loan and they pay Tether, and it's a whole. I'll show you a chart tomorrow. There's a whole convoluted way of how they do their APY. Now, that's speculation. We don't really know, to be honest. It's theory, but we'll talk more about that tomorrow. I'll just put what was on that list. Now, you can do your own research on that, like I did. I'm gonna say buyer beware when it comes to this information, because this was, again, look, I was looking for the information trying to relate to this guy's arrest, relating it to how it would default, like how the company would default, when you'll see why that's not true in a minute. Because it's just, I don't know, the people here have an agenda. You gotta be careful. Is what I'm trying to say. It's convoluted. If it sounds confusing for me, that's because it is confusing. Okay, I'm trying to make sense of this, and I'm just like, so you're telling me this guy arrest is gonna result in the default? Why? Is there something he can do that nobody can do, or are you saying that this Ponzi scheme is the reason why the default's gonna happen? So which is it? Is it the Ponzi scheme, or is it the CFO? What part is it? Is it both? Why didn't you just say it's both? Anyways, here we go. Here comes the FUD. Okay, here comes the big FUD gates. Again, I'm telling you this from as a person who's saying that Cell is got problems. Cell's got big problems. Here we go. Here's the craziest FUD I've seen in a little while. This guy says, because of the way, and I'll read it out to you. So all digital assets transferred to Celsius as part of the services are owned and held by Celsius for its account in accordance with these terms, and under no circumstances does Celsius hold digital assets on your behalf as part of the services. Now, that is part of, I believe, their what do you call it? Their TOS. Now, Coinbase has this. Binance has this. You name Kraken has this. You name a single exchange, right? Any exchange, they all have this. Every single exchange. You're supposed to treat this place as a liquidity provider. Also, yeah, you can treat it like a quote-unquote bank account, whatever you want to call it. That's fine. Again, just like anything else, you already know it's not your keys. So what else am I supposed to say on one hand? And on another hand, this is also a company who decided to do what? They decided to go down the regulation path, right? So as a company who's decided to go down the regulation path, them rugging you is going to be, I wouldn't hold my breath. You know what I mean? I wouldn't hold my breath. The chances of them rugging you, put it this way, it would have to be, let's not even put it out in the air, because I'm sitting here trying to think of like what would do it, and I would have to say the whole entire market disappearing, basically. Again, buyer beware, do your own research. There's a lot that goes on out there, and even if the market is gone, then it doesn't even matter anymore, right? It's just kind of like, it's a lot. There's a lot here. It's just like not really it's a lot of fear mongering. I think it's irresponsible, basically, in my opinion, when you put out there, especially in the way he quoted it, when the money is gone, don't forget we warned you. I understand the TOS. I understand the downsides of things and the upsides of things, of using it and not using it. You don't tell people in the top corner, on the top part, you don't tell people with that caption, when the money is gone, don't forget we warned you. You're not warning anybody. You're giving people, you're screaming fire in a theater, all right, in a crowded theater. You're not warning anyone, okay? This is fear mongering. If anything, you are instilling high level stress to people. They're going to, you're instilling mayhem. You're starting a lot of drama when drama didn't need to be had. You could just simply posted this and say buyer beware. You know, as everything else, let people make their own decision. Let them think for themselves. You don't need to say all this. You know, clearly you have a axe to grind. You want people to react in a way. You want that negative attention, that negative feedback. That says a lot about you as a content creator, as a news source, whatever you want to call it. Personally speaking, this is a lot, bro. This is a lot. You know, try not to terrify people. You know, just put the information out there. Let it speak for itself. That's just the way I work when it comes to anything. I let people decide for themselves what they want. Now, obviously, I'm going to have my own opinions about things. You already know my opinions are my opinions. Like the way I kind of put it out there. Oh, that's an opinion. Oh, that's an opinion. Oh, that's a fact. That's an opinion. You already know based on how I talk to you. I just found that, overly dramatic. Do this with other stuff. Money, that's putting you in a place of, that's putting you in a bad place, in my opinion. But anyways, I agree with this part, though. This was pretty good. It's more responsible. It doesn't invoke fear without that repercussions. Because you don't have any repercussions. You're just a guy on the internet just doing blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean? Just typing whatever. You don't care about the people. That tells you also you're just like him. You don't care about the people. Which I'll talk about that in just a minute, because this is how it's all related. I want you to hold on to that thought. I want to get into the reality of what happened and why Yaron was arrested. So it's a former job-related arrest. Okay, this guy was arrested on from this Moj Hagag firm news story that had happened. You can look that up yourself. He worked in this place called Singularity Team. And the founder, Hagag, I can't pronounce his name, sorry guys. Hagag was arrested. I want to say Hagag, I don't know why. Hagag was arrested last week due to money laundering, right? Now, does this have to do with Celsius? I say it doesn't, right? I say it doesn't, except for the fact that he was hired as the CFO. That's the part that I'm having a problem with. If you as the, founder or whatever, owner of a company, you're not doing background checks? If you're hiring people, you're not doing background checks? You're not checking to see what's going on? Like, what's this guy's, past? Obviously, if the guy never made a crime, did any criminal behavior before, didn't do anything criminal related before, sure, it's going to be harder to figure out if this person is hireable. But I find it hard to believe this guy was involved in money laundering in the past, and A, you didn't know about it, or B, you couldn't figure out that something was wrong with his integrity. This is something you can tell. Somebody who does crime, they are addicted to crime. That's one thing everybody, I think, can agree on, in my personal opinion. Criminals are addicted to it. It's a tick. They gotta do it. Once that door has been open, you can't close that door back up, okay? Once you do the thing, you kind of forever could be doing the thing. You don't know that person as well anymore, in my personal opinion, right? So now that this guy was outed, obviously, Celsius had a reaction to it. They said, we were made aware of this investigation. This person is no way related to, this is not related to his time as a Celsius employee, but he was immediately suspended. We verified that none of our assets were misplaced or mishandled, blah, 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 which is good, what I would call, what is it called? Good PR, you're making sure your CYA, you know what I mean? If you know what that means, you're making sure all your bases are covered. But the thing is, again, going back to my main point, if you're hiring somebody and it has to do with money, how do you not know this guy? No one's a genius, okay? I'm sorry. I can't believe a criminal is great at behavioral genius, No, I'm sorry. I have a hard time believing that. You could be a genius at the money laundry. You could be a genius at manipulating people. You could be a genius at a lot of things, but you can't be a genius at all of the things. Okay, you're gonna mess up something, and that's gonna be the company's cue. If they care, if they're really doing their work and they're really doing their research, they're gonna know to do enough of that research and see there's something wrong here. And you already have other people who are applying for the job. I would hope you're actually putting it out there so you can get people who are, talented, who know what the heck they're talking about, who can actually do the job. But after everything that was happening with Celsius the last couple months, it makes me question, are they even caring about what employees that they're hiring? I hate to say this, but I'm skeptical now, like really skeptical. Like, I don't think they care. Like, if you cared, you wouldn't have this problem. Just like this other guy who was putting information out there that's just willy-nilly. If you cared, you wouldn't put out that information the way you put it out. You know, people show you what they are. They show you if they care. Caring is a performative thing. You demonstrate it. You show it. You care. This is you showing that you care. Not that you say you care. Show you care. Oh, he's been suspended. Well, you've been caught. So obviously you're caught with this bad employee who, you know, has been doing all this stuff. Obviously, you know, you can't be in charge of someone's behavior all the time, what they do in the back end, all that stuff. That's fine. But you can always protect yourself, right? What is protecting yourself? Doing a deep dive, looking into what this person's life is like, looking at what they're about, what is their credit like, what's their, you know, all these things paint a picture, right? You looking into who the people they're related to are, you know, who are their closest, you know, friends and families, all that stuff. If you care, you're an employer, you're really looking at the person. You're looking at their accomplishments, you're looking at their relationships, you're looking at their problem solving skills, you're looking at their personability, their ability to navigate a tough situation. All these factors pay homage to the person. They are actually factors of the person. They're a facet of the person. A person is a puzzle. All the pieces matter. You know, all the pieces matter. So, anyways, it's annoying. It's annoying at the very least. Like, people constantly showing that they don't care. And if you don't care, then don't even do it. That's the way I look at it. If you don't care, that's fine. Just don't do it, right? That's just who I am. So, anyways, what are your thoughts on all this? Do you think this is a good look? I don't think this is a good look personally. You already know that though. What are your thoughts on this? Are you invested? Do you have your money in there? If you don't, what are you looking into? What other places are you looking into? Because I'm thinking about getting all my stuff out. I'm just kidding, y'all. I'm done with them. Unless something crazy good happens, I'm kind of done with them, to be honest. But anyways, maybe there'll be something good. We'll see. Maybe I saw they were doing a rebrand. They were doing a rebrand. They're calling themselves Celsius X. You think about that too. You tell me what you think about that. All right. Anyways, that's it for now. Until tomorrow. I'll see you later. I'll see you.